We sat on the back porch. He seemed fascinated by my work. I had become a set designer. Only recently has it occurred to me that I became one on the day Stargirl took me to her enchanted place. On my last visit with him, he met me at the front door. He dangled keys in front of my eyes. You drive. An old tar pail rattled in the bed of his ancient pickup as he pointed me west to the Maricopas. In his lap, he carried a brown paper bag. Along the way, I said, as I always did, "So have you figured her out yet?" It was years since she had gone, yet still we needed no name for her. He knew who we were talking about. "I'm working on it," he said. "What's the latest?" We were following a familiar script. On this day, he stated, "She's better than Bones." On my previous visit, he said, "When Stargirl cries, she does not shed tears but light." On other days, in other years, he called her the rabbit in the hat, and the universal solvent, and the recycler of our garbage. He said these things with a sly grin, knowing they would confound me as I mulled them until our next meeting. We were in the foothills by the early afternoon. He directed me to stop on a stony shoulder of the road. We got out and walked. He brought the paper bag with him. I brought the pail. He pulled from it a floppy blue hat, which he mashed onto his head. The sun that had looked warm and buttery at a distance was blazing hot here. We didn't go far, as walking was a chore for him. We stopped at an outcropping of smooth, pale gray rock. He pulled a small pick from his pail and tapped the rock. "This'll do." I held the paper bag while he put the pick to the rock. The skin on his arms were becoming dry and flaky, as if his body were preparing to rejoin the earth. It took him 10 minutes to gouge a hole that he judged to be just right. He asked for the bag. I was shocked at what he took from it. "Barney." The skull of the Paleocene rodent. "This is his home," he said. He said he was sorry he did not have the energy to return Barney to his original stratum in South Dakota. He laid Barney in the hole, then took from his pocket a scrap of paper. He crumpled up the scrap and stuffed it into the hole with the skull. He pulled a jug of water, a small bag of patching cement, and a trowel, and a plastic tray from the tar pail. He mixed the cement and troweled over the hole. From a distance, you wouldn't know the rock had been altered. Heading back to the pickup, I asked him what was written on the paper. "A word," he said. The way he said it told me I'd get no answer to that question. We rode east, down out of the mountains, and were home before sundown. When I returned next time, someone else was living in Archie's house. The shed out back was gone, and so was Senor Saguaro. And a new elementary school now occupies Stargirl's enchanted place. That was the final chapter. There is one more page, the epilogue. And it's titled More Than Stars. Since graduating, our class has had a reunion every 5 years, but I haven't yet gone. I stay in touch with Kevin. He never left Micah. He has a family there now. Like me, he did not wind up in television, but he makes good use of his gift of gab. He's an